All right, so we are at Booger Mountain, and Angela, if you turn that camera around so people can see you, say hello. Turn and see Ann back there.
Hello.
All right, and so now I'm going to turn around, and there's a legend to this place. And the girls have been telling me about some very, very bad things that happened a long, long time ago, and we are deep in Forsyth County. And the legend is, unfortunately, 2 black guys apparently raped and murdered an innocent white girl. What year was that? And
that was in the 1800s.
Okay, back in the 1800s. And the people around found out about this, horrendous crime, and they lynched these 2 black guys. Okay, let me pull over because they got a car behind me. I want to make sure I got enough space and time to do this. But basically, according to the legend that the girls have been telling me about, there's a spot where the 2 black guys were killed. Their spirit is still there, and they would actually push a vehicle up the road. Now, Angela, if you can get a shot right here of the road. Okay, we're going downhill and it's curving, and we're going to get to that spot, and I'm going to put this big old SUV in neutral, and we're going to see what this legend is all about, if the spirits are going to push the vehicle. Now, unfortunately, we're in the middle of the afternoon and a whole bunch of people coming and going, but I don't care. They just gonna have to deal with it.
It's right here in this flat spot.
Okay, it's right here. All right, I don't have anybody behind.
Stop right beside the opening in the fence.
Right here.
Put it in neutral.
Okay, I'm putting it in neutral, and I'm taking my foot off.
And then it's gonna push us up this hill.
Okay, now we are in neutral, and we are in neutral.
And you can see we're going uphill.
We're going. I'm gonna put my hazards on so people can just go around me. How about that? Wow.
And we are not just barely moving.
Wow, okay, now we're starting to go up the hill.
And it stops right where...
Do we have a car behind us?
Yeah, we got a car. We got a car behind us.
It stops right where they were hanged.
And where were they hung at?
Right between these. It was really big oak trees, but they have cut them down since then, so.
Okay. Now, talking to the camera, you guys, and explain like your experience that. Okay, so explain what happened, because the last time you guys were here, some particular things were going on. So you didn't get the camera off my ugly face and point it around to you and talk and tell the folks what happened here.
Tell them about how Daddy used to bring us here as we were growing up, and one time he told you to get out and push. What happened?
Well, Dad told me to get out and push, and I did. And they took off and left me.
What? They took off?
Yes, they did. So I was running behind the car screaming, of course, because I was just a little girl.
But it was fun.
Oh yeah, all my brothers and sisters were laughing at me.
Okay.
Keep on going, because I'm turning back around so we can really take a look at this place. But keep on talking.
We were having a birthday party because my daughter's birthday was October 28th. So we celebrated on Halloween night with a bonfire, and we all got to talking and saying, well, hey, we're gonna go to Booger Mountain to scare the kids. And the pastor was there, and he said, do not go Halloween midnight. Don't go. Don't do it. Please don't do it. And we thought he was just kidding, So we went anyway. And when we come through, there was a guy standing in the middle of the road, just out of nowhere, standing in the middle of the road, his hair all down across his face with his arms across his chest. And he was the scariest looking thing I've ever seen.
Now, was he standing on the road anywhere around here?
He was standing in the middle of the road where you stopped your car for it to push you, is where he was standing. So we turned around and came back, and he had the car that was behind us stopped in the middle of the road. In this very spot, see this little ditch right here that's big enough to pull over?
Yeah, right here.
Right here. We pulled over because they were talking to the people in the middle of the road.
And so it's people
And that's where my daughter said, "Mama, there's a head on the ground beside us." And we all looked. There was, honest to God, a head. Decapitated head on the side of the road.
Wow.
And there was arms and legs. And those body pieces just slid across the ground, went together, and formed straight up into a man. And he come and did this on the window right beside my daughter. It took me 4 hours to get her to stop crying. And that is a true story. Nobody believes me, but it is true.
Wow. Okay. And what year was this?
She was 15, and now she's 28. And still to this day, she will not come on this road at all. She won't even drive through this road.
Wow. So there was some supernatural things going on. Now, I'm sure people who looking at this, and I'm sure some folks probably said, you know, YG, that chick crazy. She sound like she crazy, man. What kind of people you hanging with when she talking about some dude, decapitated head, and the body's coming back together, and you're on a mountain called Booger Mountain, and it's dead black people and demonic white people? What's really going on? But this is a true story, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, and it's like every time I get over here, somebody get behind me. Okay, how about this? I'm gonna pull over and I'm gonna let him go around because I want to actually see this spot, this opening again. And it's all, the spiritual energy all comes from the murders of the black guys who murdered the white girl, right?
Right. That's what they say.
They raped and murdered.
They raped and murdered her.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pull over right here. And sir, you can go around. Okay. And you know something, I think we talked about this before, especially when, you know, we're talking about children. And I don't care what color you are, what nationality you are, who you think you are. Anytime you mess with children, you know, something bad gonna happen to you. And I think it's unfortunate that these men did this to this young lady, and what happened to them is what happened to them. And this is the spot right here, right?
Yes.
And this is where a tree was, and that's where they were hung.
Yes.
They were hung right here, right past the curb.
Okay, right up here past the curve.
Up here past the curve.
Yep.
And this is why everybody says...
Like it's like right in here is where the big trees used to be, right in there.
Wow.
Oops, we got some water on.
Wow. Well, you know something? Legend or not, you know, something horrible happened to this young lady, and then something horrible happened to these individuals, these guys, and the legend continues to persist. And I tell you, you know, just listening to stories like that and knowing you know, I don't doubt your credibility at all. And anyone that believes in Christ and believes in God knows that, you know, the devil does exist.
Exactly.
And there are evil spirits that influence men to do some very horrible things to each other. People. And what happened to this young lady, it was just disgusting. And as a father of 4 sons and 3 daughters, if anybody did anything to my babies, I don't care what color you are, I don't care who you are, you gotta go, bro. But I will say this, on the spiritual aspect of this mountain and everything that has happened, you know, how did you guys feel when you escaped that situation?
Oh my gosh, it was the scariest thing ever.
Turn it back around on you. Turn it back around on you.
It was so scary. I cannot even describe it. And it wasn't, this guy was not human. This was a spiritual warfare that I took a carload of teenagers into, which was my bad. It was my fault. But it was a spiritual thing. It was a demonic thing. there was one car that was out there and it had a Canadian tag on it, and they said the 2 girls that was in that car said that they were witches. They said that they come all the way from Canada just to see what really happens over at Booger Mountain, and they were there worshiping the devil. They said they were sacrificing something, but what that something is, I don't know, because all I saw was them running out of the woods, but this other guy was standing in the middle of the road that scared everybody to death. My odometer, the zeros were spinning, and it turned to 666. And not only do I have like 3 witnesses, but I have about 15 witnesses. We were driving a big, huge, like a cargo van, and I just packed it full of all the teenagers from the birthday party.
Wow.
And everybody witnessed everything because I was flipping out. I had a woman from church with us. When she saw it turn to 666, she forgot all about her spirituality and that she's got more power in her pinky than the devil does in all of hell.
That's right.
Because she's got Christ in her heart. She forgot all about that, and she jumped over the front seat into the middle of all the children and just buried herself.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Under the children.
Hold on now, hold on. She's supposed to be a chaperone, right?
Right.
And she then jumped in the middle of the babies.
Yes.
Like, so the devil got to get the babies before they get home.
Right.
No, that ain't right, y'all. That ain't right. Okay. I understand you scared, but that ain't right, y'all. That ain't right. Okay. All right. Well, I tell you this. I have enjoyed this, and I know the next time we come, it got to be at night.
Yeah.
So we can really experience it.
Yeah. Less traffic.
Because we got all these people coming, and then it's raining, you know. So, but that is the legend of Booger Mountain, to be continued on the Nyghtstorms. So I want to say thank you, Angela, and thank you, Ann. Turn that camera around one more time so they can see you. And we will be back on part 2 of the Booger Mountain saga. Take care. Bye.